Unai, it's just the halfway point, but a really important result tonight for you.
Good evening. Yeah, it's very important, very tough match. My expectation before was more or less the difficulties we had, and the objective was to compete how, like the players showed there. Of course, we could play better, we could do something better, but sometimes competing, you can't get as well your target, and today we showed it.
Well, Tyrone, wow, what 5 minutes at the end of that second half there. Does that just show how quickly the games can swing at this level?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, it's a game over 2 legs, so we're fully aware that we would be put under pressure at times. We'd have to defend well. We've got such attacking quality that we'll always get chances, and I think we've just been working on taking them when they come along. And like I said, over 2 legs, you have to do a lot of defending. You're going to get chances, and thankfully we came out on the right end of it tonight.
You have a 2-goal advantage going back to Villa Park, so this tie is entirely in your hands. So I imagine that's exactly where you wanted it to be.
We play today 90 minutes, and we know we are going to play another 90 minutes, continuing the game plan we did today, and trying to extend there another 90 minutes. And of course, we are ready in case as well we are getting the extra time, and in case we are getting the penalty shot, we have to be ready because we have to respect everything.
Well, listen, we got a huge game at the weekend against Brentford, and that is our main focus. But when we play that and look at the second leg, we know what quality they've got. They probably could have scored a few more goals tonight, as could we. So again, we have to be defensively strong. We have to be brave. We have to take the game to them, and let the game take care of itself.
Lovely, Tyrone, thank you. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well, Aston Villa closing in on the quarter-finals after a really good night in Belgium. The fans having a great time, and why wouldn't they, in the beer capital of Europe? Brilliant scenes there. And Karen, they got off to the perfect start. That Leon Bailey goal coming just over 2 minutes in.
Brilliant, like you said, you want to kickstart your game with a bang, and absolutely brilliant finish from Bailey. You know, set pieces, but it's key to pick up the first and second balls, and straight onto it. Lovely half volley, lovely finish, keeps his eye on it, and it's hard because he's running onto it with pace as well. And mentioned first contacts, Mings getting onto there, and then Bailey looking sharp for the second ones, but he's running onto it with pace, and there's the area there, and it's just a brilliant timed half volley really, and fair play to him. Great start.
It's actually a lovely work set piece because they've the occupation. They knew they were going to clip it up for Mings, and there's 2 there for the cutback. Very difficult, free going in. It's a lovely finish. And it's a fantastic start for Aston Villa.
Yeah, nice way to get your first Champions League goal. But you can see Unai Emery was frustrated, Joe, with the way they conceded the equaliser, Villa. Was it just a bit too easy?
It was. I mean, Brugge at home, it's a run off the back of the shoulder there. I think it's Leon Bailey. It's a lovely... he brings the ball down lovely, but then you just got to pick up runners. He's very simple. Bailey's he's not attached to him. He sees him coming there. You have to go. If you watch him at distance now, I've been in that position when you're a winger. If you don't go, you pass him on. You almost like you're babysitting until somebody has got him, and he lets him go. But that's the level you're at now. Knockout stage of the Champions League, teams can hurt you, and it looked like it could be a difficult night. Momentum in this game swung to Brugge, but Villa turned it back round again.
They did, and there was a bit of a redemption story as well, because Tyrone Mings gifted Brugge a penalty when they played them in the league phase and lost that game, but made a crucial intervention, Karen, at 1-1.
Well, yeah, Joe mentioned momentum there, and look, at one point there was only one team that looked like that was going to go ahead, and it was Brugge. But you see it from this here, you're thinking, how has he not headed that in? And you still kind of question it. How has he missed it? But you see this angle there, the touch from Mings there, it was going in just enough off the top of his shin pad just to get it away. That was vital because that was momentum in the game, and it just massive saving off the line there by Mings.
And then it was Brugge giving Villa a gift. It was the man in the mask, Mekele, with an own goal to put Villa back in front, Joe.
I feel for him. I think this is where, well, 2 things. The ball comes out here and there's not enough pace on it. And he just left it in the area. Every good winger or fullback, just if you give us enough space to put it in, you just feed it in there. And he's at a situation where he either goes for it gets his foot on it, or you see Watkins in the back there ready to tap it in. So it'll be disappointed, but the initial mistake was not getting tight enough on the cross, and then maybe his body shape, he could have been 2 yards back, facing the crosser, and he would have dealt with it easier. But this is again, new territory for Villa. This stage of the tournament. This is what games are going to be decided on. Are you going to be the best team? Are you going to be diligent and do your job right in all them little areas, and you can win a game? If you don't, like Bruges weren't tonight, you're 3-1 down, and unfortunately for Bruges, I think the tie's over.
Yeah, because that third goal's so key to bring that 3-1 lead back to Villa Park, and it was another self-inflicted wound for Bruges, that one.
Yeah, and that's probably why they'll be kind of kicking themselves tonight, because you bring it down under control, you work on your touch and there, and Matty Cash is in there and you give away a penalty, and you're very much at 2-1, you think, OK, we'll be disappointed and we're in a tie, but now giving away that and it making it 3-1, and maybe surprised that this man didn't start, but, you know, he certainly stepped up there, and that makes a comfortable now lead for Villa to going back to Villa Park.
What a man to bring off the bench, though.
Yeah.
5 goals in 7 appearances now for Aston Villa. I think we can call that signing in January an out-and-out success already, Joe.
Yeah, him and Marcus. Villa have actually added better than anyone else in January in the competition now. The crowd are behind them. They'll be so excited to be here. Villa Park will be rocking. I know they're going to have a difficult run to the final, but wouldn't it be great to see Aston Villa at the latter stage of this tournament for the first time? I love seeing clubs that have been out of it for a long time and they're in it, and just seeing the excitement and feeling the buzz.
And there are Marco Asensio's stats. Look at that. But Unai Emery would have known exactly what he was going to get with a player like him, Karen. A 3-time Champions League winner. Are we already seeing exactly what he can bring to this team?
And I think, you know, Joe mentioned it there. At this part of the competition, you need experienced players who've been there. At times tonight, they didn't have momentum, but you stay in the game, and then you take your opportunities when they're given to you. And that was the difference between the two sides for me tonight. That little bit of experience and taking the momentum. Villa did, and that man there is a massive bonus to that squad.
And Joel said he thinks that the tie is over. Aston Villa, 15 games unbeaten at Villa Park. It would take an absolute collapse now, do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it'd be about discipline for Aston Villa. It'll be about nothing silly. Play with intensity, press with intensity. There's no need to take risks with a ball at the back early on in the game. Maybe let Bruges take the lead at Villa Park. No mistakes, and you're cruising into the last 8. And then it's a free hit for Aston Villa. They've already got par for the course. If you'd have given them last 8 in the Champions League at the start of the competition, the crowd would have snapped it up off you. Oh. The manager would have done, you know, because it's his first time in a long, many years to be in the competition. So you go there knowing, right, we're here now, lads, we enjoy it, the shackles are off. And by the way, they've got a very, very strong squad and a very strong bench, as you've seen from Asensio's stats. Rashford coming in, Watkins, Bailey, goals from everywhere. Listen, they're going to be an exciting watch in the last 8.
And a manager who knows exactly what to do in these 2-legged knockout ties, Karen.
Yeah, I mean, brilliant. But I just think of them playing Bayern Munich at the start at Villa Park, how it will be rocking there going back now. So good opportunity for them.
And look at this, the last time Aston Villa beat Belgian opposition in a European competition was in 1982, and they went on to win the European Cup that season.
I've already had all of my Villa fans, mates, who have been texting me sticks saying they're going to win it. So, yeah, I'm sure they'll be looking forward to the next phase.
Feels like a sign, perhaps.
Yeah.
A draw and been very happy with it, but to come out after what I thought Bruges kind of had the better chances in the second half. So to come out on top, 3-1, perfect night.
Perfect night, and they got off to the most perfect start as well. A goal on the 3rd minute with Leon Bailey.
Yeah, it was a perfect start, really. You write a script for your team in Europe, and this away from home, this is it. Great header from Tyrone, Mings back into the danger area, and this is a wonderful strike. I can't begin to tell you how difficult it is to keep a ball like that down, running onto it through bodies, guiding it into that corner. How many times we see that go into the stands and everyone turns back and runs to the halfway line for a restart? But great start.
Yeah, and then 9 minutes later, we saw basically why Bruges are a side that are very dangerous in Europe. We saw why they got through those playoffs. It's because they take chances like this.
Yeah, they're very capable, but I think as well, defensively, if you look at Aston Villa, it wasn't great. I thought they were too easy. especially down this right-hand side when Disasi playing right back. But it's a good cutback and a real calm, composed finish from the full-back. So they thoroughly deserve to be 1-1.
Yeah, and it was 1-1 at the break. And this really, Ali described it in commentary, didn't he? This was kind of the turning point in the game. This is a clearance from Tyrone Mings. Redemption, you have to say, for what happened in the opening
redemption,
game on match day 4.
This is the game changer. The game kind of, it falls on that moment.
The momentum just
it switched. The momentum switched. They're thinking, oh, how many chances are we going to get? We can't put the ball in the back of the net, and then they get sucker punched. But Tyrone Mings, I was pleased that it was him actually who was involved in that moment. And then this.
Well, they did get the ball in the back of the net, but it was the wrong end.
And this is about crossing the ball early. Ali said it in comms. Cross the ball early, make defenders face their own goal. Mistakes like this happen.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's nothing worse as a defender as running back towards your own goal when a ball's coming in at that pace. You're right in front of the goal and you're sliding. So McKellar slides, unfortunately puts it in, but good result for Villa though.
Good result for Villa. 5th career own goal for him. No wonder he's so devastated. And then this was another key moment as well where the game completely turned. Matty Cash, quite cute here, did the right thing.
I think it's great that he's actually in that position. The ball comes from the left side, your right back is in the opponent's box, 18-yard box as well. If he doesn't have the energy to get there, that doesn't happen.
I think that's Zolas thinking as an attacker in a defensive area. If I'm the defender there and that ball's come down, I'm clearing it. But look, it's a penalty kick and well dispatched.
Yeah, well dispatched by Marco Asensio. 5 goals in 4 for Aston Villa. It looks like it was probably the perfect signing.
Yeah, well, listen, the subs impacted the game as well. Matty Cash comes on, gets the penalty, he dispatches. I mean, that's what the squads are about. It's about utilising the players in your squad to get the benefits and to capitalise. And they've done that today. And I thought, listen, what you've got to do in these games when you're away from home in Europe sometimes is you've got to hang in there sometimes. I said before the game, there's going to be moments in these games away from home, no matter where you go in Europe, whatever the level you're against, it's that good that you're going to have to accept being on the back foot and rolling with the punches. Aston Villa done that today, stayed in the game, and then you get your rewards.
Yeah, you get your rewards. Surprised that Ollie Watkins didn't step up for the penalty?
Yeah, but Asensio, when we look at his kind of what he's won and what he's done in his career already, coming in, big, huge moment, can pretty much put the tie out of reach and cool, calm, collected. I thought it was a great finish. So as a striker, I would want to take it, and I don't really get why he didn't, but Asensio knows how to get it done. I
think he missed his last penalty. I think that's probably one of the reasons. And listen, these managers nowadays, they're meticulous and over. If you miss a penalty, right, who's next? It's probably working like that. Whereas back when we were playing, if Ruud van Nistelrooy wants a penalty,
somebody pulls rank.
He just says, I'm taking it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just generations different.
Exactly. Well, look, they've got this lead to take to Villa Park. Very strong at Villa Park as well. The form wasn't great on the road, but at home, they have been consistent. That's one place where they have been able to do it. And funnily enough, Unai Emery wasn't happy for much of the game, but he'll be delighted to be able to take this lead. Yeah, absolutely delighted. But one thing I would say, yeah, it's 3-1, but you can't fall asleep on this team. I think if you do, they can punish you. Villa Park's big, there's wide open spaces, and I think they'll try and defend well. But look, they'll try and be a threat and counter. So, yes, Villa's home record is very good, but they'll have to lean on that. They'll need to be strong if they want to go through. Yeah, and from the frustration that Brugge would have had from that opening leg, they'll want to make amends as well in the second leg. Well, I think they showed enough today to make sure that Aston Villa, there's no way they'll approach this game with any type of kind of complacency, because there was too many times they were opened up as a team. And far too easy. I think, you said the same thing. You look at it and go, this level is it doesn't matter who you play against, you're always going to be opened up. You're always can get hurt. You can always get punished. Any lapses in concentration, you'll get that. And I think video analysis, Unai Emery's experience won't allow for that. Yeah.